Hey guys, my name is Bridget and today we are going to be talking about A Thousand Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. It's about this girl and her named Marguerite, whose father has been killed by this man. And her parents are both scientists working on this invention that allows you to travel to parallel worlds, where something very small might have changed and the whole world is different. The guy who killed her father has gone through this world traveler thing. She and her friend decide that they want to go after him and find him and get revenge for him killing her father. It's the basic premise of this book. I really liked that it's not really a spoiler, but it's just like a slight part that I just wanted to say, is that she's very modern, and I really like that because her world is basically like our world, but it's a bit more technologically advanced. But she watches Vampire Diaries because she said that her dad had teased her about watching Vampire Diaries, and I was just like, yeah, I watch Vampire Diaries. Like, you can connect to the characters because you know how they are, because it's sort of like they're in our world, so you can understand what they're going through and everything, but they're a bit more advanced because of the parallel universe traveling device, the Firebird, and everything like that. So let's get on to my rating. I gave characters a 17 out of 20, or 3/4 of a star. I liked the characters, but I had a few problems with them, like how Marguerite was just basically given everything and everyone wants her. I mean, I know that happened for a reason in the book, but still, it just sort of... But you did get to know the characters very well throughout the book, and you got to know them, and you saw character developments throughout it. But this part, where I'm talking about plot, is going to be a bit spoilery, so if you have not read this book, I would recommend you leave now. I did really enjoy this book. I gave it a 81% or a 4 stars, and it is a lot of fun to read. I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend it if you want to go check it out if it sounds interesting to you. Cover stunning, so it will look nice on your bookshelf, you know that. Plot, I gave it a 13 out of 20 or 3/4 of a star. I felt like I disliked the plot the most out of everything because there wasn't a lot of plot in the book. First, the main objective is to kill Paul Markov. Then we found out he wasn't guilty, so then she was stuck in Russia for a big part of the book. The plot there in Russia was just basically her figuring out her feelings for Paul, and that was basically all that was going on in Russia other than her trying to figure out how to leave. And then in Russia, when she figured out her feelings finally, then they left. She decided she was being unfaithful towards Paul by being with her Paul. Like, they're the same person, they just have a few changes in them. They're basically really similar. And she said when she was figuring it out that she felt like she had figured it out, like she loved her Paul, any Paul, and then she decided she was being unfaithful to him by being with him. It really picked up towards the end because they started to go more after Conley. You knew who was doing all these bad things, and it all went up because then they found the dad and they traveled him back, and it went up. Setting, I gave an 18 out of 20 or 1 star. That's how different each of the worlds were, but at the same time they still had the same basic elements of them, so they're very similar even though they're very different. It's a very fascinating concept, and it's done, I feel like, in a really good way. Like, Claudia Gray did it very well. In writing, I gave a 16 out of 20 or 3/4 of a star. I liked the writing and it was fun to read. It didn't really stand out to me against anyone else's writing, but I did really enjoy it, and she did describe things very well, I felt, because you could really see it when she described it, and that's a very good thing to have when you're writing a book because you want the reader to be able to picture exactly what's going on, and she sets the scene very well. My enjoyment was a 17 out of 20 or 3/4 of a star. I had a lot of fun reading this book and going along with the twists and turns of it. It was very interesting and very fun, even though it was a lot different from what I was expecting in the beginning. And again, I did give it an 81% or a 4 star. So I did really enjoy this book, even though it was not one of my favorites so far. It's what you thought about this book. What were your favorite parts? How did you feel overall? And let me know down in the comments, and we can discuss the book together. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else I really want to discuss with you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a bit with a new video. Bye!